Hey y'all, welcome back to the kitchen. I know it's been a minute. I missed y'all. I just took some time off to enjoy my family, take some personal time. Plus, I've been busy at work. Y'all haven't retired me yet with these likes and shares and comments and all this other stuff. So y'all, hey, yeah, I can retire early and cook every day. But no, all jokes aside, no, I just took some time off to enjoy my family. We had little gatherings and all kinds of stuff going on, so it's been busy. But I have missed y'all. I've been cooking up a storm, let me tell you. And this is for my non-vegan and partially vegan family. So it's been a lot of mixed up stuff going on in the kitchen. But let me tell you, I have prevailed being around my relatives. And you see, I got me some cucumber this morning. I'm gonna show you what I'm doing with that. But I did have another video. I actually recorded it, but it's a little choppy because I thought I recorded the last part and I didn't. But I'll upload it today. I actually made some red lentils with potatoes, and oh, it was so good. Like, geez, have mercy. I have another way I'm gonna do them, but that, you know, just trying out something because I haven't had any lentils in a long time, and I was like, I got these in here. I'm gonna go ahead and cook them up and get them all nice and good. And let me tell you, they were phenomenal. But I'll post that later on today. But I'm just doing some breakfast, non-traditional breakfast. As you can see, I got cucumbers up here. Who eat cucumbers for breakfast? But cucumbers are hydrating. They're so good for you. It's just like the cousin of the watermelon. Like, it's loaded with all kinds of goodness and vitamins, man. Cucumbers are wonderful. So I'm using those this morning. I got some nice tomatoes I'm gonna cut up. And I have my just egg. I'm gonna make my just egg. And the one bad thing that I'm eating, because my family just like to leave gifts, I have some Colombian bread. Ooh, let me show you what it looks like. I also have some hard dough bread that I'm leaving alone because I've had enough of that. And I'm still gonna eat me a piece or two, but my doctor told me to lay off the bread because my only problem, I told y'all, is bread and butter. Just. So this beautiful Colombian bread. Oh my God, y'all. It's so soft. The top part's sweet, but not sugary sweet. It's just sweetness to it. So I am going to heat this up this morning, okay? With my just egg and all my veggies. And you'll see how pretty this plate is gonna be. So, and it is so soft, my God. So that's what we're doing this morning because we got to get the bread out of the house. I'm listening to my doctor. How we're going to knock this bread off so we can go and get it out of here. I also have some hard dough from Jamaica. Goodness gracious. That toasted with some eggs or just that with butter on it. When my family was here, we made French toast with it. I tell you, I gained 5 pounds since they were here. So we just gone like that didn't happen and get back in routine. So I just finished a 14-hour fast. How do you fast? Well, while I'm doing this, we can chat, right? So with the fasting, it's not hard, y'all. Basically, how I started, so there's no pressure on me for commitment. I just stopped the time of day that I finished eating. So like yesterday, my last meal was 6:30. It's 8:30 now. Well, I haven't eaten yet, but I did break my fast. I'll tell you what I broke my fast with. But it's 9:30 now because I've been prepping and doing other things in here. But from 6:30 to 8:30 today, I didn't eat anything else. I just drank water throughout the night if I needed something just, for hydration. But that's all I did. In 14 hours, I fasted just like that. And it wasn't any pressure on me. I've been doing it for so long now that it's not hard. Now when my family's here, we up all night, you go back in the kitchen, get a snack, this and that. Well, those are my times I'm bad. But when I'm really doing what I'm supposed to be doing, or how I've tried to structure maintaining my weight and losing weight, just stop the time you eat your last meal. That's really it. It's not as hard as people make it seem. Now you can make it hard on yourself doing it during the day until you get used to it. My husband typically fasts during the day. on a regular basis. On the weekend, we know we kind of fast around the same time. But it's all about how you want to do it. So I customize it to say, this is my last meal of the day, I'm done. Just won't eat anymore. And your body just responds to that, and it gets rid of all of what you've eaten, anything that you need to get out, toxins, waste, whatever. That's what the fast is for. So if you give your body time to digest what you've given it and time to, cleanse, it's not hard, okay? I will tell you, my first 20 pounds I lost was just from that. I just stopped eating. 5:30, I was real strict then. 5:30, that's it. So what I would do is push my lunch out a little bit further. So my lunch will be between 2 and 3, so I'm not hungry. So that's it. And I would just drink water if I got thirsty. And that was my fast. So today what I broke my fast with was coconut water. Because you have to hydrate. So you need that potassium so you don't get dehydrated. See where I'm going? And now you're getting ready to have your first meal for the day. That's it. And I usually break my fast with coconut water. If I have watermelon, I break it with watermelon because it's water. So you want to get that liquid in. If you don't have coconut water or anything like that, just drink water in the morning. That whatever toxins you had left over from the day before, you're flushing it out before you start eating again. See? All right. I gave you a little nugget. You'll thank me for it if you try it that way. That way it's not so hard. You're like, I want to fast, but I don't know how. Just stop your last meal of the day and then carry it into the morning. That's it. That's it. I still got a little ways to go. But like I said, my first 20 pounds off just like that because I stopped eating between 5 and 5:30. I pushed it out a little bit. Yesterday was 6:30. So. But that's okay. You do what's best for you. You can do a little bit at a time. So the longest I fasted was 16 hours. So, and for me, that's easy to do now, but I just have to be careful because remember I told you guys I had an issue with potassium. So that's why I break my fast with coconut water. There it is. All right, so let's get on these just egg, and then we're gonna come back and cut up this cucumber. I've already cut up my tomatoes. Let me let you take a peek here. There they are. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and chop these up as well, and then we're gonna have some avocado. We got some good things going. I got some onions I'm gonna go ahead and saute. If this isn't your first time watching me, you know how I cook my just eggs, so it's not a secret. And I'm gonna bring you down just a little bit because I had to raise you over there. There we go. Nice and tight. There we go. So that's what I got going on, y'all. Listen, I've really missed y'all. Just wanted to get some family time in. We celebrated my mother's birthday. She turned 60. Whoa. Like, we had a lot of celebrations going on. So it's about time to get back in the kitchen. Look, I'm already unorganized. I don't even have my mic on, but I hope y'all can hear me. All right, so I'm going to chop up me some onions. I'm not using my cutting board on this because I'm using it over there, and I don't want to mess up another one. See that? So because of the way I have my onions, I'm just going around and around. I'm not too fancy with my onions when I put them in my eggs because it doesn't matter to me. I love sauteing onions. They can be diced, ringlets. I don't care. So we get those in there. Got the heat going. Put this back. All right. Now, if this is your first time watching me, I have to do it every time. Just egg is just egg. This is a plant-based egg replacement for those who can't tolerate eggs or just don't like eggs, or you love eggs but just the texture or the taste or whatever has gotten away from you over the years. This is a good egg replacement for that. I've heard you can bake with this. I have not tried that yet, y'all, but I'm sure you can. So this is what I'm finishing. Don't worry. I have backup. But I hope everybody's been good, healthy, staying out of trouble. Since the last time I saw you guys or chatted with you. You know, it's a lot going on in the world. I try to keep political crap off my channel and, you know, all kinds of crazy stuff, but reality is that, you know, it's a lot of stuff going on. So just hoping that everybody is, you know, safe and you're taking care of yourself and taking care of your family. So as I said before, I took time off to spend some time with my family. So y'all do the same. Sometimes you have to do that. You know, you gotta check in with folks and make sure they're all right. Because, you know, we're post-pandemic, but we're still in it, right? So they're talking about all these variants and this and that. Nobody got time for that. Y'all take care of y'all family. See about them. Check in. Yeah. So I just added some black pepper to my Just Egg. And again, for those of you who've been watching me, you know what I cook with. So this is my Badia Complete Seasoning. I'm adding that in here. Just a sprinkle. And we're gonna mix that right on in there. Because again, what does it cook like? Just egg. It cooks just like scrambled eggs. If anybody else out there cooks Just Egg like I do, they need to go ahead and just pick me up. See what I'm saying? I cook a lot of Just Egg. And I hope y'all have actually tried it. If you can't eat eggs, right? Or you have just this thing with eggs, or like you don't like the smell of eggs cooking, honey, I'll tell you, one of the things that turned me off from beef, the smell of it cooking, because it used to make me nauseated. So that was like, pork and beef were the first things to go for me. I was like, I just can't. The pork speaks on its own. I just didn't want that anymore. But the beef, every time it was cooking, and this was a time where I loved it, the smell would make me sick. So I was like, no more of that. And it was sad because I loved cooking with it a lot, like, you know, just lasagna, spaghetti, chili, but I found other ways to get around that. So maybe one of these days I'll make a lasagna for you guys. It's coming. You saw me make the spaghetti, and it's only when I crave it. I tried to, because I told you my weakness is carbs, so pastas and breads, I have to really keep that under control because I work so hard to lose weight and still working at it that I can't fall back in that trap with my pasta and my bread, because I will eat that every day. If you let me, I'll do it. All right, so I just said record time. You see, take some time to cook. Look at that. And I know you hear it sizzling. Look at that. Yeah. All right, so that is my Just Egg is ready to go. I'm going to take it off the eye because I don't want it to keep cooking, because I have some babies I want to cut up. Plus, we have to heat up that glorious bread. The bread, the bread, the bread. All right, so here we go. And I don't know if you've noticed, y'all. I mean, since we've started, it's been slow growing, but y'all see my hair, child? Oh, it's doing its thing. It's doing its thing. Like, it's just doing whatever it wants to do. All right, let me grab me a plate. Let me show you how to do this. So, I have my glorious bread here. I'm gonna take me a slice of this. I'm gonna cut it pretty thin because, like I said, I'm trying to behave myself with this bread, and it's hard, y'all. Look at that. So I have 2 of these. I cut them pretty thin. I'm just gonna heat it just a little bit because it's soft, so I don't want to take that away from it. And I don't want to heat it unnecessarily and like make it hard. So we want to just do that the right way. So I'm going to stick this in the microwave for like 10 seconds just to get it a little warm, like it came from the bakery, which it did yesterday. This smells so good. Y'all look at that bread. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, put on my tomatoes. See that? Okay. Now I'm gonna cut up my cucumber. And how I'm slicing this, just like that. I don't know if you can see me chopping. Maybe. Okay, there's a little bit of that laying out the way. So yeah, just like that. No, it's not traditional breakfast, but for me, I don't do anything traditional. I like it just like it is. See that? Look at that. Ooh. Let me grab my best egg. Move this out of the way. Y'all see that? Yes. Okay. This is my first meal of the day. I might come back to this. I don't want to overdo it. Just, you know. Then I have a little bit of avocado I want to add to my beautiful plate. Breakfast is all about what you want. You don't have to do a traditional egg and bacon and this and that. You eat whatever you want. If you like cucumbers, then eat your cucumbers. If you like onions and whatever else, you just eat that. I don't live by nobody's rules but my own when it comes to this here. Now that was a small piece I had left over. Here's the other piece of avocado. This one, I feel like somebody damaged my Polo avocado during transit because it's all beautiful on the inside, but when I peel it, the backside is soft. I'm like, what happened to you? Oh, y'all have to be more careful. This is precious cargo. Hurting up the avocado. You can't hurt them like that. So we got to work with this baby. So, you know, when I see it, I just do a little scrub like this to get that off of there. The little bruised area, see? And then we just go on and continue as normal. It hurt my poor avocado. The avocado did not deserve that. That's precious cargo to us because we eat it every day without fail. So we scrape up the baby. Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna show y'all my beautiful plate. Now that I'm done, let me show you. Now, first of all, let me tell you about that bread. That bread's so good. See, because the bread and butter is my weakness. You don't even need to put no butter on that bread. You don't need it. It's good just the way it is. Okay? So, okay? Look at this, y'all. This is my beautiful, beautiful, lovely, yummy breakfast. Now, don't you think I forgot about these players up here. We're going to get a little bit of salt and pepper on them. Ooh, did I break it? No. Okay, good. Got my sea salt that I almost lost. Now, just a careful grind. Uh-oh. There it goes. All right, so we got our salt. A little bit of pepper. Let me put this back up before we lose it again. Pepper, pepper. Sprinkle a little pepper. Y'all see this? Look, you can do this for dinner too, you know. Like I said, it's whatever you want to do. So, final picture. Y'all look at that. Beautiful breakfast. Ah, isn't that glorious? This looks like somebody loves me. And they made this just for me. See? Okay, so this is my breakfast this morning, my first meal of the day. I am gonna have some orange juice because I'm taking my iron. I did not make a smoothie this morning, but I will have one this afternoon. I have some fresh sea moss that I made this weekend when my family was here. So we're gonna get rid of that and start chopping that down so we don't let that go to waste. And that's what it's looking like. So I'll see you later for my smoothie. I'm thinking I might do some peanut butter. Y'all haven't seen that yet. So we're gonna do a peanut butter one. Yummy, yummy, yummy. So let me go feed my belly. Get things all good in here. Take my iron, and I'll see y'all later. Okay? Have a great day. Stay out of trouble and take care of each other. I'll see you later. All right?